So in the series of bad choices that is my life, I messed around with getting a Nintendo 64 controller to work with Tarkov. So I can look around with it, at least. Oh no! It wasn't easy, and I had to get creative with how I mapped the buttons, but eventually I figured out enough core functionality to be able to kind of play the game. It's actually easier to use the D-pad than the joystick, but I keep trying to default to the joystick. The left D-pad and stick were linked, so I used them to look around, but settled mostly on the D-pad so I could use the left shoulder button. The right D-pad became my movement, and the shoulder buttons took care of aiming and shooting. A was jump, B was back, and the middle button was menu. And from there, I then used the Z button underneath the controller as a conditional button for sprint, interact, reload, crouch, and walk speed, depending on what I pressed with it. This was just enough to get by, so I asked the question, can you play Tarkov with an N64 controller? Alright, that's everything. That is literally every action that I could possibly need other than grenade, which we just have to live without. With everything figured out, I tried a Scav Run first. Alright, we're in a live raid. I used this opportunity to get accustomed to movement and looting. Big old bag of dicks. Nope. I do like to jump up here though, which does mean I have to do this. Yep. G'day, darling. I'll take you, thank you very much. Let me painstakingly loot you. Thank you. Doing things in the menu was difficult, but possible. Eventually I extracted and considered this test a success. Then it was time for the real thing. I'm in. Similar to my no W key challenge, I gave myself a list of objectives to complete in raid, which were survive, eliminate a scav, eliminate a player, loot a locked room, and fill my backpack. So knowing that, I moved into the map. Main road gaming? I heard some activity near construction and went to check it out. Oh no. They're up there. I'd trapped myself underneath two players. I can't fight them up there. Why has he got an SVD? Someone started to snipe at them, so I figured I'd try and take advantage of it. Oh, come on, man! But fell victim to the sniper myself, so I queued back in to try again. I don't really know what my best move is. Oh, fuck me dead, are you kidding me? I went looking for whatever shot at me, but couldn't find it, so I moved on to dorms. It was here I started to feel the limitations of the controller. Oh god, stairs are not good. I looted the locked rooms. And filled my backpack. Making big money, chat. Then I went looking for players in the other building. But only found scavs. Healing was also a bit of a chore. Ow.
Yes!
I couldn't find any players, but I finished off some scavs and managed to survive the first raid. I hadn't completed all the objectives though, so I queued in to try again. That attempt hadn't gone well, so it was on to the next. I looted dorms and headed towards the gunfight I could hear. Fucking boss Scav. Yes! I was forced to try again. Yeah, I know, sir. Yep. While I was healing from a scav, I ended up getting surrounded by players. He's on top of me! Oh, there's just no chance. At this point, I was nearly convinced it wasn't possible, but I queued back in regardless to try one last time. I took care of a scav first, then headed over to 2-story to loot. Then I heard some players who must have known I was in here because they tried to sneak in. There's another one, but I'd successfully killed a player with this controller, but the fight wasn't over yet. I figured this guy was more scared than I was, so I rushed him. And he was pretty geared. Scroll up. But looting a player turned out to be a slow and tedious task. I healed up before I looted the other player and basked in my success. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I picked them clean and finished off my objectives. Now I just had to get out safely, but there were some scavs in my way. God, he's in there. What the fuck? With the scavs taken care of and all my objectives complete, I made it to extract. I did it. I fucking did it. And there it is. So I suppose the natural evolution from here is... My challenge was complete, but I figured I'd try it with the M1A. It wasn't long before I found myself surrounded. I kill this one over here? Yeah, now I did. Ah! I'd managed to kill someone, but ultimately died. So for fun, I figured I'd try labs next. I spawned some raiders and went to see how I'd do. Oh my god. Luckily, no players interrupted me, and I was able to wipe a group of scavs and loot them. Yeah. You can't not call that a success. And that wraps up this challenge and the video. It was fun to figure out how to get this to work. It definitely felt great when I actually succeeded, and I might even try some more challenges with it in the future, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.